Oh, dude, this game was just something else.
Austin Matthews, Austin Matthews.
Nice Steve Dangle reference right there. I mean, I would be thankful for the compliment, but this team is ruining my life. Dude, that was rushed, just like the Dallas Stars defense. Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR Games 50. Stars versus Maple Leafs. The Stars lose, unfortunately, 4-1 to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was well-deserved. Now the Stars down improved to 28-18-4, while the Leafs improved to a nice 28-18-5. They're pretty similar in the records here, but in the game, it wasn't very close there. I just want to quickly mention that the Stars just love making backup goalies look good, so if your backup goalie is against the Stars, just disclaimer for future opponents in the next month or two. And if your backup is against the Stars, you're going to win, let's be honest here. Unless you're the Florida Panthers. Now we start off the game, and both teams are doing pretty well. Both teams are pretty fast-paced, and, well, they didn't last very long. Now Kadri gets a brilliant chance and misses the net, but he wouldn't make that mistake for very much longer. The puck takes a wicked bounce right to Marner. He passes, makes a brilliant pass right to Kadri, who's right there, and then he has basically empty net because Bishop is out of position. He was totally going for the shot there for Marner, and then he goes right back to Kadri, who's on the other side. So Bishop is just out of position. I think there was Yamark on the other side. He's basically left out to dry because he had nobody. He wasn't defending anybody, and the Stars were just making colossal mistakes after colossal mistakes, and the puck was also not bouncing their way. So that's also a problem, and the Stars finding themselves down 1-0. Oh yeah, and if you're an Eastern opponent, you're going to have to fight some guys. Faxa did it once, Roussel did it once. There was a couple of plays there, and of course in the Florida game right before this, where there was I don't think it was a NHL record-breaking penalty minutes, but it was a lot of fights for today's standards. There was a couple of fights in this game, and they're pretty dang entertaining, man. Stars on the power play. They started the second, and then they allowed a 2-on-1, and then Bishop is there, though. So there's lots of instances in this game where Bishop was really there, and a couple of goals where he did allow were kind of went, you would like to see saves on those, especially the Kadri one. I'm still pissed about that one. But there's a lots of chances where the Leafs could have capitalized on, and Bishop was there. So I don't think that he was great today, but I think he could have been a lot worse, in all honesty. But of course, you're going to get swept under the run with McElhinney out there making 39 saves. You're going to get kind of underrated there, right? Now the Stars don't get a goal on their power play, and then Hyman comes out of the box with Nylander on the rush. I think it was Ham Hughes was trying to defend there, but he really didn't as Nylander shoots, and then it goes off of Bishop's glove. He tries to get it like this, then can't corral it perfectly, and it comes out of his glove, and then Hyman just knocks it into the net. I don't think it's kicking, but it just hit his leg and went in, so that's the balances for you. This game, I'd say all of those goals weren't really pretty, but I'd say they're well-deserved for the Leafs, but the Stars just got a couple of terrible breaks in this game, and it could have been a lot closer. Now, Ollie takes a terrible penalty, and then Yamark gets the puck hit off his leg and into the nets. 3-0 Maple Leafs, probably one of the more fortunate bounces of all time. Bishop can't get the redirect. I think he saw it. I don't know how he didn't get that. But yeah, it goes off of Yamark's leg. He's by the blue paint. I don't know how Bishop didn't recognize that, but it goes off of Yamark's leg and then into the net somehow. And the Stars find themselves down 3-0 after some unfortunate bounces. And with that goal, let's just change the channel to our guest star here, Andrew Piluk.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Andrew Piluk Hockey. I make hockey videos about the NHL and everything basically to do with hockey, mostly about my team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sorry, Gravity, I know you're a big Dallas Stars fan. Thank you very much for having me as a part of this video, giving my quick thoughts as a Leaf fan on the 4-1 victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, coming off of a back-to-back, I thought Curtis McElhinney was incredible. We had to give Frederik Andersen the night off, so Curtis McElhinney had to be good. Got a great performance from Jake Gardiner, who had 3 assists. Nazem Kadri had 2 goals. I believe William Nylander had 2 assists. It was just a very good game overall for the team. They have been battling for the past month or two and trying to find line combinations and trying to be better with the puck. And it was great to see that the Toronto Maple Leafs could pull together a victory against a good Dallas Stars team. Now, I know that you guys are not like first or second in your division or anything like that, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. The Dallas Stars are having a pretty good year, and the Sagan goal, it was a nice goal, so that's a good thing. But getting the victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs, a 4-1 victory, was very good. I was pretty pleased with that, and hopefully the Leafs can keep rolling. The Toronto Maple Leafs have needed this for a long time. They needed to score some more goals, and getting a couple from Kadri was huge because, again, he's been on a slump. He has 2 or 3 goals now, or 3 goals in his past 2 games, which is very, very good. And I'm hoping that the Leafs will keep rolling and continue after the All-Star break, keep getting wins. Having Curtis McElhinney in there to back up Freddie Anderson and making like 39 saves was great. The Leafs definitely look different than what they have in the past couple months, and it's been really good to see. So that was just my quick thoughts. I know I want to keep it short so that way you could do most of the talking. Thank you for having me as a part of this video. Go Leafs go. I know you're a Stars fan, but I gotta say, go Leafs go. So if you guys want to come subscribe to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate that. But if you're new to this channel that you're watching, Gravity's channel, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Hopefully I'll see you guys in one of my videos. Thanks.
Now, please go check Andrew Piluk out. I love his videos. I'm watching him for a couple months now, and I've been hooked on him. I saw the shout-out from Post to Post when he shouted him out, and of course, I've been watching him since, and I love the content. You should probably go subscribe to him, too. Now, having the Leafs fans' perspective on the game, it provides a good twist that I've been looking for in these kinds of videos, and of course, you have the Dallas Stars fan reaction and me, but you also have the Leafs fan talking about the game to you guys. So I think the variety is definitely key, but go subscribe to Andrew Piluk. He makes great content. And after watching that, we have to go back to the Stars game, and the defense crumbles once again. This was probably one of the worst performances by the defense in, I'd say, a month or two. The defense hasn't performed. Maybe they put the kind of weird games out there where they would allow 5 or 6, but this game was I felt worse for the defense after the game. I just felt like my impression of it wasn't as good as I came into the game, for sure. One keynote, take Patterson out, Hitchcock, please, and put Honka in. I'm fine with Hetherington being in there. I like the guy. I like his play. But please, 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 Patterson didn't deserve to be put into. He doesn't deserve to be put into the next game with this kind of performance. He made 2 terrible plays that led to goals, and it was just bad defensive play. And I just think that Honka deserves playing time more. But again, that is my opinion. And what do I know? But Radulov from behind goes from behind the net and then passes right in front to Tyler Seguin, who one-times it for a beautiful shot, and the Stars make the little bit of a deficit there, a little bit shorter, 3-1. Now this is a weird play, so Bishop makes a save, and he doesn't really corral it perfectly, so it comes back to the ice, but the ref called the whistle there, so it's blown off, but then I think it was Brown put it into the net. It was a weird play because, as a Stars fan, I don't think he really had that puck. I can put my biases aside, he really didn't have that puck, but a generous call by the ref as always. Now, Patterson makes a terrible defensive play as Nylander and Matthews are both on the rush. I think Cam Hughes was trying to defend them, but nonetheless, Nylander passes to a great pass to Matthews, who one-times it for a beautiful goal. Just putting the cherry on top, a fantastic goal. I really can't complain about that. It was pretty fun to watch. And that's about it, as the Stars lose 4-1, and I don't really want to go into a huge rant here, but the first line was basically the only good line. Of course, Faxo was always good as always, but he really can't carry a team. The bottom 6 really didn't do all that much. They had the energy there, but they really didn't do too much, and the defense was the Stars' defense of last season, which is just bad. Lindell had a terrible game, as well as Patterson. Lindell I was really thinking of him as a great defender coming into this game, but then he kind of had a dud of a game. And sometimes that happens. Of course, the Stars, any team has a dud of a game, even the Lightning, even the Golden Knights. So these kinds of games happen, and maybe the Stars can continue a good streak here. And I'm hoping for that, because the Stars can't really afford to lose too many points in the toughest division in the NHL, and they need to win these kinds of games. I'm kind of past losing to an Eastern Conference opponent, but to win against LA is super, super important. But hey, the Stars get a loss here, and maybe they can continue. Maybe they can use this as a motivation point against a poor performance against Toronto Maple Leafs. The AAC really spoke for itself. It really was not that full at all at the end of the game. A lot of people were just walking out of the stands, and honestly, I can't really blame them. The Toronto Maple Leafs just overpowered the Stars in every facet of the game. It was kind of worrisome looking at that game as retrospective. The Stars just didn't play all that well in any really facet of the game, and they really did deserve a loss here. So I'm not going to complain yet. Until we lose to LA, then we start. But I'm gonna end it on that note. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't, and ring that bell as always. Go support Andrew Piluk Hockey. He makes fantastic content as always. But that's gonna be it today, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye.